Hello and welcome to NG Fishing. I'm going to be showing you a short video on feeders. As you can see in front of you, I have 6 different types of feeder. These feeders can be put into 2 categories. You have what's often known as the traditional feeder, the swing feeder, and the method feeder. First thing, we'll look at these swing feeders. So here we've got 3 swing feeders. These 2 here on the end, or these 2 with the plastic on, would be classed as an open-ended feeder. This one in particular is a special one from Drennan, which has little spikes in it. Now this makes it great for fishing things like corn, soft pellets. It makes it really good because the baits stick inside. Where this one here is more traditional and just a circular base. Now this metal one here is called a cage feeder. Now what's the difference between these 2 feeders? Well, the difference is that the water can attack the ground bait in the cage feeder faster. This in turn means that your ground bait's going to come out of it quicker, which is fine if you're fishing in shallow water, but if you're fishing in deep water, then I would recommend you fish one of these 2 open-ended feeders. The other feeders I had on show you've got 2 types of method feeder there, and this one, which is a pellet feeder. Now we'll go on to the pellet feeder in a while. So the method feeder's been around for a fair long while. These 2 are quite small method feeders, used for commercial water fishing. So you might use these on a light feeder rod, maybe even a medium feeder rod. Now this one here, this is what we call an inline feeder rod. So that when you're setting this up, the line inline method feeder. So the line comes in through this rubber, through the bottom, and you can tie it off to this swivel. This one here is an elasticated method feeder. I've still got a hook length on there from a recent session. So I could demonstrate that when a fish picks up your hook bait, this elastic comes out. Now there's been a lot of issues with elasticated method feeders over the years, but this particular one here is made by Guru. It's called the X-Safe, and the reason why I would recommend this feeder is if I pop the cap off there, you can see this little metal peg. Now this here clips to your line when you cast it out, and you then slide your rubber back over the top. What makes this elasticated feeder a lot different to other elasticated method feeders is that, you know, eventually you will lose a feeder. Sadly, that's part of fishing. But if you lost this and it sat on the bottom and a fish picked up your hook bait and pulled at it, the elastic will pull through, leaving the fish trailing a hook and a piece of elastic rather than the whole feeder. That makes it really, really fish friendly and fish safe. Now going on to the pellet feeder, this was developed as an extension to the method feeder due to people fishing pellets, softened pellets around the feeder. So you fill in here with pellets, put your hook bait in and a couple of pellets and just squish it round. Now personally I prefer the method feeder, but I have caught fish on the pellet feeder. So there's a small introduction into feeders. I hope you found that helpful. I'm hoping in the next few weeks to get on the bank and we'll show you how to set up different feeders on your rods, so you can actually have a look. Any questions, let me know. One more thing you might be asking is, why fish a feeder in the first place? Well, the thing is, by fishing a feeder, you'll be putting ground bait or pellets around any of these things, so your hook baits will be very close to loose feed in which the fish are going to come in and eat in on. So this time of year in the winter, method feeder, a small method feeder like this, fishing a little bit of pellets, fishing a little pellet hook bait or even fishing maggots is absolutely lethal, as it allows you to cast into those deeper water spots on lakes. So that's a brief introduction into feeders. I hope you found it useful, and look forward to hearing your comments.